welcome, Cougar fans. We're live from Mark Messier Arena in St. Albert. The first place Cougars coming off a big win versus Beaumont Braves yesterday are going against the St. Albert Barons, 5th place, similar record to the Cougars. Should be a good matchup. Keep an eye out for Oliver Jones. He's got 51 points, 31 goals. Leads his team. Number 88. From the Cougars side, keep an eye out for Jason Liu, who leads the team in points and second on the team in goals. Cougars lining up for a pregame meeting. Cougars will be in the white jerseys. St. Albert will be in the blue and yellow. The Dornbush line will be out to take the face-off. With Woodward on the left and Murphy on the right. Puck one over to Murphy, back to Chaudhry. Chaudhry over to Cordarelli. Cordarelli chips that up. Woodward breaks into the St. Albert zone, picked up by Dornbush. Lost in front of the net. St. Albert breakout. Picked off by Cordarelli. Cordarelli picks up the puck, chips it up to Dornbush. Dornbush enters the zone. Dornbush delays, tries to get it back, but intercepted by St. Albert. St. Albert picks up the loose puck and chips that down the ice into the Cougar zone. Cordarelli picks up the puck, takes a look over to Woodward. Woodward dumps that deep in the St. Albert zone, and Cougars will get some fresh legs on the ice. Puck thrown up, but picked off by Peters. Peters giving chase. Liu in with the puck. Liu turns that puck over. Trasinski back to Peters. Peters taking a look. Goes down. Puck picked up by St. Albert. Partial break, but Stump gives chase. Nice stick by Stump. Intercepts that breakaway. Peters counterattacks. Up to Liu. Chips it down to the St. Albert zone. Puck goes into the right wing. Held in by the Cougars. Throws it out front. Chipped at the side of the net. Liu picks it up. Liu throws it out front. Shot! Saved by St. Albert. Giacomo with a great chance, but great save by the St. Albert goaltender. Barons collect the puck, dump it into the Cougar zone, and this rolls all the way down for icing. Face-off coming into the Baron zone. Couple good chances on either end early in this game. Pierce out with the face-off. He's got Barrich and Sanders. Puck one to the Barons, who chipped it around. Picked up by the Barons forward. Kept in by Cougars. Slides to center ice. Back to McConnell. McConnell takes a look. Throws it out in center, but picked off by the Barons. Barrich gives chase. Brought into the Cougar zone by the Barons. Couple of Cougars on them, but Barons get the puck. Throw it out front. Shot saved by Aiden. Puck comes out to Barrich. Cougars on the counterattack. Barrich over to Pierce. Pierce shot blocked by Barons. Puck rolls to the side. Puck comes out to center ice. Barron's barreling it on the right-hand boards. Shot saved by Aiden. Rolls to the half boards. Picked off by the Cougars. McConnell picks up the puck and goes for a skate. Up to Barrich. Barrich loses the puck. Barons skate behind their own net. Over to the right wing boards. Barons through center. Makes a move. And off the crossbar. But the puck stays out. Sanders collects that rebound. Headman pass to Barrich. Barrich going around. Shot on net, save. Couple great chances there. Puck. The game stays 0-0. Puck one to Murphy. Murphy drives the net. Holds the puck. Goes to the corner. Puck comes out. Dornbush picks it up. Puck turned over to the Barons. Barons up the ice. Good back check by Dornbush. Puck flies over outside the Cougar zone. Barons trying to regroup, but picked off by Murphy. Murphy chips it in, but Barons chip it out to center. Barons cycle it back to their own end. Go D to D. Barons pass goes through the neutral zone. Barons with speed. Nice stick by Tortorelli. Saved by Aiden. Puck comes out. Kept in by the Barons. Barons makes a move. Dumps it behind the net. Woodward picks up the puck. Puck over to Murphy. Murphy makes a move. Stays with it. Makes another move. Cuts wide. Puck rolls behind the net. Puck comes back. Kept in by the Cougars. Puck rolls to the top. Shot back in by the Cougars. Picked up by Woodward. Woodward moves it back. Puck will slide all the way down in the Cougars' end. Peters gives chase. Peters collects the puck. Skates up the ice. Peters over to Lou, but just past his stick. Barons collect that puck and chip it out to neutral ice. Cougars will shoot it back in. Throw it out front. Trasinski scores! Nice pass by Lou. Trasinski makes no mistake, and this game's 1-0 Cougars. Nice play by Lou to get that puck over to Trasinski. 9:46, the Cougars take the lead. Lou wins the face-off over to Giacobo. Giacobo headmans the puck into the Barons zone momentarily, but comes out to the neutral zone. Puck battle. Trasinski chips it a little deeper, but Barons pick up the puck. Lou intercepts that breakout temporarily, but Barons regain possession. Puck comes out to center. McConnell picks up the puck. McConnell taking a look through the neutral zone. Bounces off a few sticks, and Barons counterattack. Puck slides into the Cougar zone. Chaudhry picks it up. Makes a move, but picked off by the Barons. Barons bring the puck in. Nice stick by Giacobo to interrupt that rush. Picked off by the Barons. Barons in the neutral zone, blocked by Cougars. Lou gets the puck, chips it down. I don't believe this will be icing. No, icing will. Barons will collect. Outlet pass picked off by Pierce. Puck goes back to Stafer. Stafer tries to chip it in, but picked off by Barons. Pierce collects the puck, brings it into the Barons side, throws it on net, but nice save by the Barons goaltender. With 8:20 left in the first. Pierce out for the draw on the left wing side. Pierce winning it back. Puck rolls, but picked up by the Barons. Barons coming 2-on-1. Barons around the D, throws it on net. Nice save by Aiden. Stafer picks up the rebound, gets it to Barrage. Barrage can't get it out. Picked off by the Barons. Barons collect the puck. Comes out over to Sanders. Sanders, puck kept in by the Barons. Puck rolls behind. Cordarelli loses it to the Barons. Out front, saved by Aiden. Couple extra whacks, but it rolls behind the net. Sanders collects the puck on the half wall. Tries to get it out, but kept it. Oh, he will get that out. Rolls to the center. Barons collect the puck. D to D. And Barons break in the Cougar zone. Throws it out front, but can't get. I don't know if Aiden got a stick on that, but puck goes out to Sanders. Sanders collects the puck, tries to make a move, but gets the puck out. Barons will regroup. 88 makes a move around the D. 88 driving. Shots. Oh, puck rolls off his stick. Good patience by Aiden to stay with them. But Barons keep the puck in. Barrage gets a puck on that. Pierce skates it up the ice. Pierce goes left wing. Pierce dumps it behind the Barons net. And Barons will collect and break out. Barons counter-attacking with speed. But play brought in on the offside. Barons getting lots of chances to tie this up. Game stays 1-0 Cougars. Dornbush with Woodward and Murphy out. Dornbush wins it to Woodward. Woodward loses it to Barons. Barons go D to D. Murphy gives chase. Barons bring it in. Peters shovels it out. Barons pick it up, D to D, and he'll chip it down the ice. Peters will pick it up behind his own net. Peters stays with it. Peters headmans the puck. Peters brings it in, slides it in front of the Barons net. It goes into the corner. Barons rim it around. Murphy gives chase. Puck held in by Peters. Barons pick up the puck and headman a pass, but picked off by Murphy. Barons get it back. Picked up by Dornbush. Barons players using his stick upside down temporarily, but got the puck away from him anyway. Woodward with a move. Puck slides in the slot, but poked away by the Barons. Barons through the neutral zone, picked off by Stump. Stump will skate it into the Barons zone and throws it on net. Nice save by the Barons goaltender. Puck comes out to Barons. Cougars D loses a foot. What a save by Aiden. Keeps this game 1-0. Puck rolls into the corner. Woodward battling. Puck comes out to Dornbush. Barons pick it up and counterattack. Barons through the slot. Rolls it behind the Cougars net. Picked up by Chaudhry. Chaudhry picks up the puck. Goes for a skate. Tries to get it to Murphy, but kept in by Barons. Barons setting up down low, throws it out front, blocked by Aiden, another shot, side of the net, out front, they battle for it, and it's chipped out by the Cougars. It's in the Cougar power play. Puck shot back in by the Barons. Stump skates for it, chips it up, but picked off by the Barons. Barons will collect it in the neutral zone and chip it down. 15 seconds left in the Cougars' power play. Peters will collect the puck. Slides it through to Sanders. Sanders in the Barons' zone. Taken down, another penalty coming. Cougars will stay on the power play. They'll have a very brief 5-on-3 for 2 seconds. Cougars doing a good job moving their feet and drawing some penalties there. Oh. Dornbush out for the draw. Dornbush over to Chaudhry. Chaudhry slides it back. Cougars will regroup. One of the penalties are expired. Puck picked up by the Cougars. Murphy brings the puck in. Murphy temporarily lost the puck. Back to McConnell. McConnell throws it. Hits something in front. Picked up by Dornbush. Dornbush moves it back to McConnell. McConnell to Chaudhry. Chaudhry shot. Hits a leg in front, slides to the corner. Murphy gives chase. Woodward picks it up, back to McConnell. McConnell brings the puck, loses it to the Barons. Barons break out 2-1. Barons bringing the puck in, makes a move, goes high. Barons stay with it. 1 minute left in the Barons penalty. Puck rolls to the center ice. Puck stays at center ice, picked up by Barons. McConnell taking a penalty, 2 minutes, body. And that will do it for the Cougars power play. McConnell heads to the box. 2 minutes, body. We'll go 4-on-4 for 54 seconds. 13 minutes left in the second. Lou out for the draw. Trasinski, Cordarelli, and Stafer. Lou wins it back to Stafer. Stafer rims it to Trasinski. Trasinski can't get there. Held in by the Barons. They chip it down, but pick up the loose puck. Barons circle, but Lou stays on him, or Cordarelli, sorry. Barons bring it down low. They throw at the net, but it goes wide. Stafer gives chase. Puck behind the Cougars' net. Barons maintain possession. 20 seconds left in the Cougars' power penalty. Trasinski over to Lou. Lou will skate it out. Lou goes wide, stays with it. Lou stays with it, tries to throw it to Trasinski, tries again to get it, slides through the crease. Stafer keeps the puck in. 1 second left. Now we're on a Barons power play. Barons will collect the puck. Barons coming out on the power play. Nice stick by Trasinski. And Lou chipped that puck out. Puck rolls in the Barons zone. Look out for 88 Jones. He has the puck. He's collecting speed. He's through the neutral zone. He makes a move around. Still has it. Over to his winger. Saved by Aiden. What a save by the Cougars. Tandy to keep this game 2-1. Puck comes to Lou. Lou on the kill. Throws it at the net. Goes behind the Barons net. Puck comes back to him. Lou will cycle it back into the Barons corner. Barons will collect it and start breaking out. Lou chips it down the ice. And it's whistled, I believe, on offside. 3 seconds left. The McConnell penalty. right after this draw should do it. Puck face off just outside the Cougar zone. Pierce out for the draw. Oh, refs changing the face-off position. Puck will come out just outside the Raiders zone. Pierce is set. Puck won back to the Barons. McConnell's out of the box. Penalties expired. But Barons bring the puck in. Barons have it down low. Comes high, kept in by the Barons. Nice stick by the Cougars. Barrich brings the puck in the Barons zone. Throws it out front to Sanders. Can't collect the puck. Some contact, but Barons shot off the crossbar. Puck goes back to the Barons. McConnell battling out front. Barons score. Barons tie it up with 10:20 left. Cougars wanted a penalty behind the play, but nothing comes. We're tied up at 2-2. Dornbush out with Murphy and Giacomo. Or Woodward. Puck won to the Barons. Barons bring the puck in. Barons collect the puck, shoot it behind the Cougar zone. Picked off by the Barons. Barons throw it out front. Puck rolls down to the Cougars' end. Cougars collect the puck. Murphy headmans it. Murphy brings it in the Barons zone. Loses it to the Barons. They counterattack. McConnell steps up, but it stays with the Barons. Nice back check by Murphy. Barons circling. They stay with it. They throw it on net. Blocked by Aiden. McConnell collects the rebound. McConnell tries to get the puck out, but kept in by Barons. Puck goes, slides out to the neutral zone. Dornbush picks up the loose puck. Chips it in the Barons' end. Dornbush stays with it, throws it up top. Woodward can't collect the pass. Barons on the counterattack. Make a move, but nice stick by the Cougars to break up that rush. Barons stay with it. Down low, back up to the D. Barons up top, D to D. But slides off a stick. Down low. Barons keep with it. Cougars give chase. Barons make a move. Throws it out front, but can't get a stick on it. Barons up top, blocked by Cougars. Cougars rolls it out to Woodward. Woodward skates it up, but picked off by the Barons. Woodward stays with it. Woodward goes down and puck rolls into the Barons' corner. Barons collect the puck. Headmans the pass. But Trasinski right off the bench. Play brought in offside. Both teams getting a fresh set of legs out. With 8:07 left in the second. Lou out for the draw. Lou wins it back to Stump. Stump chips it down, but picked off by the Barons. Barons slide it up. Foot race with Peters. Peters intercepts, but puck stays in. Puck rolls out to center. Barons collect, chipped up to center. Barons break in, off the linesman's skate. Barons collect, dump it in but to Stump. Stump tries to get that out and then his teammate helps him. Barons go D to D. Barons chip it in. Peters gives chase. Puck battle on the half wall. Lou will pick up the puck, rim it over to the corner. Giacomo picks it up but blocked by the Barons. Battle down low. Barons come up with it. Throw it out front. Rolls to the front of the net. Barons collect the puck. Trasinski up the wall. Trasinski stays with it, tries to throw it out, but picked off by the Barons. Barons counterattack. Barons bring it in. Slide it into the Cougars' corner. Picked up by Giacomo. Giacomo tries to get it out, but kept in by the Barons. Picked up by Peters. Peters chips it up. Trasinski collects the puck on the right wall. Slides it in. Gives chase. Picked up by the Barons. Barons skating it up with speed. Barons bring it to the Cougar zone. Feed it to the front, and it rolls and covers by the Cougars goalie. 16-12 left in the second. Just do this shot if they shoot at me. Pierce up for the draw. Pierce wins it back to Chaudhry. Chaudhry behind his own net. Over to Barrich. Barrich back to McConnell. McConnell up to Sanders. Puck brought in. Pierce chips it behind. It's thrown out front. Collected by Sanders. Sanders can't collect that pass. Puck rimmed around. Puck brought out by the Barons. McConnell giving watch. Around McConnell. Barons break in. But kept wide by Chaudhry. Puck rolls to the corner. Puck brought out by the Cougars. Pierce brings the puck, throws a shot on net, but saved by the Barons goaltender. 5:25 left in the second. Dornbush out for the draw. Puck one over to Murphy. Murphy back to Stafer. Stafer rolls it to... Puck bounces around. Woodward turns. Saved by Barons. Murphy collects the rebound. Murphy goes down. Cougar fans want a penalty. None coming. Dornbush chased after it. 50-50 puck battle, but Barons come out with it. Barons get up the ice. Chip it into the Cougars' end. Barons throw it out front. And off the Cougar defender and into the net. And Barons take a 3-2 lead with 4:51 left in the second. I do lost face-off from the other teams. .451 left in the second. Barons up top. Puck one back to Cordarelli. Cordarelli tries to pass it over to Giacomo. Icing waved off. Barons will collect the puck. Murphy gives chase. Barons chip the puck out. Barons driving wide. Nice stick by Cordarelli to keep that wide. Puck battle in the Cougars' end. Puck still battling. Puck comes out to Dornbush. Dornbush collects, moves it up to Woodward. Woodward makes a move on the blue line, picked off by the Barons. Cougars doing a D-zone change. Puck comes back, slides into the corner. Stump picks up the puck, rims it over to Peters. Peters collects the puck. Puck comes up to Murphy. Murphy gives chase. Barons chip that to the sidewall. Peters keeps it in momentarily, but Barons get the puck out. Puck rolls to the Cougars end, picked up by Lou. Lou makes a move. Lou with some room here. Lou driving wide, shot, saved by the Barons goaltender. Nice shot by Lou, but Barons goaltender keeps that out with 3:26 left. Lou wins it back to Stump. Stump tries to go D to D. Barons will have a 2-0. Barons shot, scores! Makes it 4-2. With 3:16 left in the second. Plenty of time, folks. Plenty of time. Lou wins it to himself. Stick by the Barons momentarily, but chipped in by Lou. But puck brought in offside. Barons will headman the puck and come into the Cougar zone. But nice stick by Lou to break up that rush. Picked up by Trasinski. Trasinski over to Giacomo. Puck brought into the Baron zone. Chip down low. Puck, Giacomo holds the puck. Lou comes in to help. Puck comes out, picked up by McConnell. McConnell will flick it down to the Barons' end. Picked up by the Barons. Barons behind their own net, but Giacomo giving chase. Puck comes out to McConnell. McConnell with it, makes a move, over to Lou. Lou can't quite get a stick on it. Barons counterattack. Nice stick by Chaudhry, knocking that in the corner. Barons stay with it. Barons throw it out front, and it rolls to the Cougars. Cougars counterattacking. But puck thrown in the red line. Chipped out. McConnell will send it down to the Barons' end. Offside. Cougars touch up. Barons bring the puck out. Barons will get a line change. Picked up by Sanders. Tries to make a move, but picked off by the Barons. Barons bring the puck in. Barons throw it at the net. Nice save by Aiden. Cougars will collect the puck to bring it out. Puck rolls into the Barons' end. Barrage collects the puck. Picks off, throws it. Puck rolls into sidewall. Barons collect, chip it out, but held in by Cordarelli. Cordarelli will get it back, but picked up by Barons. Barons counterattacking. Barons, nice stick by Stafer. Barons picks up the loose puck. Barons drives wide. Barrett stays with it, throws it out front. Sanders, saved by Barons. Nice pass by Barrett, but nice save by the Barons tender. 47 seconds left in the second. Dornbush out for the face-off. Puck won over to the Barons. Puck shot down. Peters gets a stick on it. Chips it back down. Murphy picks up the puck. Rolls to Dornbush. Dornbush gets his own puck, but chipped over. And Peters with a stick to keep that out. Woodward picks it up. Puck rolls to the blue line, but held out by the Cougars. Puck picked up by Murphy. Murphy makes a move. Murphy, breakaway, save! Murphy gets the rebound, makes a move, throws it out for Dornbush. Puck back up to Stafer, and that will do it for the second period. And we'll take a small commercial break here. All right, folks, we're back for the third. Should be a good one. Lou's out for the draw. Lou wins it, and tries to get through, but Barons pick off that. Barons come into the Cougar zone. Slide it back into the corner. Puck battle. Picked up by the Barons. Barons stay with it. Stick by the Cougars. Cougars try to get that puck out, but it's held in by the Barons. Puck thrown out to the neutral zone. Trasinski gives chase. Trasinski sticks. Penalty coming for the Barons. Slashing is the call. I believe the refs are talking if this should be a penalty shot, but I don't believe so, but penalty shot. Wow. This doesn't happen very often, folks. Grab your popcorn. Trasinski out for the penalty shot. Puck thrown at center. Trasinski given the go-ahead. Trasinski will slowly bring the puck up. Trasinski, backhand, forehand, but saved by the goaltender. Nice try by Trasinski. Keeps this game at 4-2. Nice save by the Barons goaltender to keep this game 4-2. Dornbush out for the draw. Dornbush wins it over to Murphy. Murphy slides it on net, but saved by the Barons goaltender. We'll regroup and try this again. Puck won over to Barons. Barons pick up the puck and come breaking out. Puck held momentarily, but rolls behind the Barons' end. Puck thrown out to the side of the net. Picked up by Chaudhry. Chaudhry will roll it in the corner. Murphy back to help. Murphy bringing the puck up. Murphy makes a move, loses the puck, but picked up by Dornbush. Dornbush stays with it. Dornbush goes behind, throws it up high to Stafer. Stafer will chip it back down deep. Barons will collect, chip it up, throwing across. Puck race, but Stafer wins and dumps it back down in the Baron zone. Woodward gives chase. Woodward throws it out, but can't be handled by the Cougars. Back to Cordarelli. Cordarelli shot, save, rebound. Murphy tries for it, but puck rolls to the side of the net. Puck picked up by the Cougars, but turned over to the Barons. Barons stay with it. Barons to the half wall. Kept in. Thrown at the net. Woodward, rebound, but goes wide. Puck goes back to the D, but kept in by Murphy. Stafer battling. Puck in the skates. Puck chipped out by the Barons. Cordarelli gives chase. Cordarelli up to Woodward. Woodward loses it, picked up by the Barons. Puck battle on the sidewall, brought in by the Barons. Another battle, rolls behind the net. Cordarelli with the puck, taking a look at his options, over to Woodward. Woodward skates it up. Slides to the Barons, rolls in front of the net, chipped out by the Barons goaltender. Pierce gives chase, rolls in the opposite corner, picked up by the Barons. Barons come up the boards, but intercepted by the Cougars. Puck rolls out to the red line. Barons bringing it in. Oh, man. Tripping call coming for the Cougars. And the Barons will go on a power play. With 16:38 left in the third. Pierce out for the draw. Pierce wins it over, picked up by the Cougars. Cougars will rifle it down. Puck slides and Pierce gives chase. Puck held in. Cougars want an interference call, but none's coming. Barons counterattack. Barons bringing in the Cougar zone. Cougars with a couple sticks, rolls towards the net, held out by Aiden. Puck shot down the Barons' end. With 1:26 left in the penalty, 16 minutes left in the third. Barons throws the puck out. Barons bring it up across center. Into the... Nice save by Aiden. out for the draw. Puck won back to the Barons D. Chipped back over to the sidewall. Barons back to the high slot. Broken up by Lou, but kept in. Puck goes to the sidewall. Barons stay with it. Chip it towards the net. Slides out front, but shot down the ice. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Barons collect the puck. Bring it up. Slowly to bring it up through the red line and chipped off the ref. Lou will collect that and chip it back out. Barons will chip it deep in the Cougar zone. Chaudhry gives chase. Picked up by the Barons. Puck goes back high, thrown at the net. McConnell picks up the puck. McConnell rims it around. Puck held in by the Barons, but it comes out to Lou. Lou going one-on-one. Lou's got Barrich. Barrich! Shot! What a save by the Barons tender. We got a penalty coming. Puck touched by the Barons. Easily 2 penalties on that play, but probably just one coming. And the Cougars will go on a power play with 14:22 left. Lou out for the draw. Corderelli Stafer. Lou wins it back to Stafer. Stafer chips it down low. Lou gives chase. Lou picks up the puck. Rolls to the opposite corner. Can't see Grandpa's standing, so I'll do my best to guess what's happening. Puck rolls down to the Barons. Over to Lou. Lou falls back to Stafer. Stafer throws it on net. Trasinski battles. Giacomo with a nice stick. Puck rolls out. Blocked by Cougars. That clearing attempt. Puck stays in. Lou gives chase. Chips it back down low. Trasinski giving chase, but Barons throw it up. Stafer holds that puck in momentarily, but Barons will get it down the ice with a minute left in the penalty. Puck collected by Corderelli. Corderelli throws it up to Giacomo. Giacomo brings it in. Giacomo, it rolls to the Barons. Lou turns it over. Lou rolls it behind the net, up the boards. Peters keeps it in, rolls it back down. Giacomo gives chase. Puck comes out. Slides down the Cougars' end. Puck collected by the Cougars. Thrown out front. But kept up by the Cougars. Murphy headbands the puck. Murphy drives to the middle. Shot. Saved by Barons. Puck rolls back to Murphy. Murphy collects the puck. Moves it over to Woodward. Woodward throws it behind the net. Puck rolled around the boards. Kept in by Peters. Peters rolls it back down. Penalty has expired. Puck rolls out to the opposite end. Held in momentarily, but shot down the ice. Peters collects the puck. Peters takes a look, skates it up, makes a move, stays with it. Peters stays with it, over to Woodward. Woodward, shot, rebound. Gets his rebound back, another shot. Puck goes into the corner. Puck rolls. Can't see too great, but puck battling in the corner. Puck comes out to the red line and rolls in the Cougar zone. Peters will chip that ahead. Murphy will make his way up the wall. Murphy goes down, collected by the Barons. Picked off momentarily, but up the Barons come. Barons driving wide. Barons 2-on-1. Shot goes, sails high. But Barons get the rebound out front, off the post. Collected by the Cougars, and it's chipped out. Lucky break for the Cougars. Keeps this game 4-2. Barons will keep the puck and come down the right wing. Barons will delay, throw it out front, off a couple of feet. Murphy collects the puck, can't get it out, kept in by the Barons. Chaudhry gives chase, McConnell helps out, penalty coming. McConnell argues his case, but I don't believe a change in penalties coming. And the Barons will go back on the power play at 10:37. Big kill by the Cougars coming up. Big draw for Pierce. Pierce wins the draw, but rolls back to the Barons D. Darren's in the slot, picked up by Barrich. Barrich tries to get it out, but held in by the Barons. Barons bring the puck in. Puck corralled by Cordarelli, comes to Barrich. Barrich will rifle that down the ice. Pierce gives chase. Chipped up by the Barons. Barons will get some speed through the neutral zone. That should have been offside, no call. Thrown at the net. Goes out front. Pierce picks up the rebound. Pierce collects it, chips it down the ice. Puck whistled out of play. I believe it hit the off-duty Cougars goaltender. Face-off coming into the Cougars' end, unfortunately. Another important draw here by Lou. With 1:16 left in the Barons power play. Lou out for the draw. Lou wins it. Puck rolls to Peters. Peters reverses, but held in by the Barons. But Lou gives chase and gets that puck to the center. But puck rolls to the Cougar end to Stafer. Stafer over to Lou. Lou makes a move. Lou's got some room. Lou backhand, forehand. What a save by the Barons goaltender. Puck comes out to the Barons. They're counter-attacking 3-on-2. Barons barge in with a shot. Save, rebound, rolls wide. Nice save by Aiden to keep this game 4-2. 25 seconds left in the McConnell penalty. Puck rolls in the center. Back to the Barons blue. Barons down low. Picked up, but picked off by Sanders. Sanders will try to chip it out. It does. Gets out. Barons retool at the red line. Barons bring the puck back in. Peters with a nice stick, but held in by the Barons. But Stafer backs Peters up and gets that back down. Penalty expires. But Barons keep possession. Barons drive out, drive around, stay with it. Picked up by Trasinski. Trasinski skates up the ice. Trasinski throws it to Lou, but can't quite get all the wood he wants on that shot. Puck rolls over to Barons, intercepted by Lou. Lou keeps it in. 7:52 left. Puck battle on the sidewall. Puck whistled down. And we'll have a face-off in the Barron zone with 7:44 left. Lou stays out for the draw. Oh no, new fresh legs for the Cougars. Dornbush out. Dornbush won by Barons. Barons collects the puck, brings it out to the red line, makes a move, slides it in the Cougars' end. Chaudhry gives chase, picks up the puck, chips it around, but picked off by the Barons. Barons behind the Cougars' net, slides it, but Aiden slams the door shut. Puck chipped out to the red line. Puck rolls in the Barons zone. Woodward gives chase. Barons collect the puck in front of their own net. Keeps it, but chips it up. Barons coming down the ice. Barons stay with it. Throws it out front, off a few feet, but rolls wide. Peter stays with them, collected by Dornbush. Dornbush collects the puck. Dornbush around the defender. He's got Murphy. Puck into the corner. Dornbush stays with it, throws it out front, but picked off by the Barons. Puck back to Peters. Peters throws it down low. Barons collect the puck, but nice stick by Dornbush. Barons get it back, but roll it to center. Stump chips it into Woodward. Woodward takes a look. Shot saved by the Barons goaltender. 6:18 left in the third. Barron's goaltender's been solid. Pierce out for the draw. Pierce wins it over to Murphy. Sanders. Sanders back to Stafer. Shot saved by the Barron's goaltender. Chipped up to Barrich. Comes back to Sanders. Sanders with a move. Blocked by Barron. Barron's counterattack. Barron's drive wide. Barron's throw at the net, but saved by Aiden. Draw coming in the Cougars' end with 5:52 left. Pierce line out. Down in the Cougars' end. Puck dropped. One back to Cougars. Cordarelli up to Sanders. Sanders up to Pierce. Turned over to the Barons. Barons with speed through the slot. Whistles wide. Stafer chips the puck. Chip back behind the Cougars' net. And thrown up the boards. Puck kept in. Thrown out, but rolls behind the Cougars' net. Puck out to Sanders. Sanders collects the puck. Sanders up the left wing. Drives into the Barons, keeps with it. Shot saved by the Barons goaltender. Cougars ready for a rebound, but none given. 5:08 left in the third. The Lou line out for the draw. Lou wins it, but picked off by the Barons. Barons chip the puck down. Caudry chips it over to McConnell. McConnell chips it in the Barons zone. Picked up D to D. Barons break out. Barons hauled, picked up by Chaudhry. Trasinski with the puck, chipped up to Lou. Lou with speed. Lou drives to the middle. Puck rolls in the corner. Lou stays with it, throws it out front, but saved by Barons. Puck rolls behind the Barons net. Lou rolls in the other corner. Puck comes back. McConnell keeps that in. Puck to Lou. Lou over to Trasinski. Shot. Save. Barons. Goaltender slams the door shut. With 4 minutes left in the third. Dornbush out for the draw. One back over to Murphy. Murphy sidestep shot, but saved by nice move by Murphy to get a shot off, but nice save by the Barons goaltender. Shot one back to Peters. Peters chips it into the corner, picked up by the Barons. Barons stay with it. Peters keeps that puck in. But Barons collect it. Barons chip the puck out. Murphy collects that puck, rolls it over to Woodward. Woodward gets into the Barons zone, feeds it on net, rolls into the corner. Puck picked up by Murphy, or Woodward. Woodward throws a shot. Saved by the Barons goaltender. Puck rolls in the corner. Puck comes back to Peters. Peters shot, goes high. Puck rolls back to Stump. Momentarily kept in, but Barons break out. One-on-one with Peters. Peters nice stick, but Barons keep the puck. Picked up by Dornbush. Dornbush and Murphy. Murphy drives to the middle with Dornbush. Dornbush puck rolls to the corner. Comes back to the Barons. Barons with speed. Barons driving wide. Stay with it. Barons over to the opposite corner. Barons off a skate. Murphy picks up the puck. Picked off by the Barons. Puck stays in. Cougars need a change. Woodward collects the puck. Woodward give it racing. Woodward stays with it. Shot saved by the Barons goaltender. Cougars don't have an answer. Puck collected by Murphy, and we got a Cougar player down. We'll take a small commercial break. All right, folks, we're back. Cougars desperate for a goal. Lou out the face-off. Lou wins it back to Stafer. Stafer chips it down low. Murphy collects the puck, picked up by Lou. Lou will make a move, stays with it, throws it out front. Murphy goes high. Net empty by the Cougars. Puck rolls into the Barron zone. Puck back to Stafer. Puck momentarily held in, but rolls down the ice to the Cougar zone. Cordarelli picks up the puck. Cordarelli rims it, but picked up by the Barons, whose shot score. .1:17 left. Barons with the empty netter. Maybe the Cougars can get a quick one here. Pierce over to Sanders, picked up by the Barons. Barron come in the Cougar zone. Puck chipped up to Sanders. Sanders brings it in. Cut off by the Barons. Rolled back to the Cougars end. Chipped up and rolls down to the Barron zone. Puck rolls back into the center and collected by the Barons. Barons brought in. McConnell chips that out. Collected by the Barons. Over to Chaudhry. Chaudhry will get the puck. Stopped at the red line. Dumps it in the Barons. And chipped back out with them. Chaudhry going for a skate. Chips it up to Sanders. Rolls down to the Barons end. Puck brings up, shot out by the Barons. Barrich with a move, stays with the puck. Barrich stay with it. Puck rolls, rebound, saved by the Barons off the post with 5 seconds left. One last face-off. Puck rolls behind the Barron net, picked up by the Barons. And that will do it for the game. 5-2 Barron win.